I'm gonna try to explain this to you, and yes, I'm aware it makes no sense. You have a guy who ran over an 18-year-old and took his life all over political opinions. He admitted to that. He also admitted that he was drunk, and now for some reason he's getting ready to defend himself in court because for some reason in his mind he thinks he has a shot. I just want everybody to know this clearly. Based on Darrell Brooks and all these other stupid people who think that they can do dumb things that cost people lives and they think that they could dance and talk their way out of it.
Mistakes that I myself have made in my life, I've made peace with God. Made peace. I'm happy to say that my conscience is clear. And because I believe, I trust him with my life. Nobody will never know why it was his will for this to happen. A lot of lives were changed that day, mine included. Was in fact a class action lawsuit against Ford for those model vehicles.
Sustained, the juror will disregard.
Information that you should have been privy to, that you weren't allowed to be privy to. Why? I don't know. That information, malfunctioning throttle bodies.
Mr. Brooks, move on.
It's information that you should have been privy to. Vehicles that malfunction and accelerate not being able to be stopped.
Objection, that is
It's information. It's information.
Objection. Hold on. Go ahead.
Move to strike statements by
Sorry
Mr.
for the
Brooks.
interruption.
They are facts, not an evidence, Your Honor, and it's a complete misstatement.
Sustained. Strike
How's it a
C.
misstatement when I have the information?
Mr. Brooks, move on.
This is information that I feel like you needed to know. You should have known. Information that was taken away from you. Why? To prove a case?
You are stupid human beings. You are individuals who lack the brain capacity to understand you just did something dumb and you admitted to it, and you for some reason think you're going to be able to defend yourself perfectly and clearly. No, you took somebody's life over the dumbest of reasons, with the cherry on top being you were drunk. None of this is playing in your favor. None of it's going to work out for you. You are the reason why people don't want to speak with one another, because they have to fear that they're going to get jumped all over political opinions. I tell you people this all the time. Have these conversations with people you disagree with. Yes, you're going to have the weirdos like him who are going to go above and beyond and do something dumb and drastic all because you don't agree with him.
Normalize spitting in the drinks of Trump supporters. Are you at a bar or brewery or restaurant in which you did not expect to see a Trump supporter because their website and decor otherwise declared that they are LGBTQIA plus friendly? Maybe they've got a pride flag. Maybe they've got a BLM flag in their window. But you still, for some reason, see an ungodly Trump supporter, and heaven forbid, they're also wearing Trump merchandise? Well, take an unfinished drink from a table, spit in it, bring it over to them, and tell them that you bought them one. And then pray to whatever glorious creature gets you out of bed in the morning that they'd take a sip of it and suffer for the rest of the day. Thank you. Goodbye.
Hit you my idols because you guys are celebrating his life.
It was a terror. I'm sure it was a terror.
This is not okay. Not okay.
You're alive.
Not okay.
Shut up.
You guys need to just let it go.
We're not trying to.
Grief in silence. This is not okay. This is not a George Floyd situation. George Floyd was unarmed. He was unarmed.
You're alive. Sorry.
This is not okay.
family wishes this never happened.
I wish it never happened either. That I don't have a place to call home. I can't sleep that night.
She's obviously going through a moment.
This is not okay.
This is what they want to show on the TV. She's obviously going through a moment.
This is not okay. Just go home. Go home. Because none of you guys knocked on that man's door to check his health.
Shut up! He come to my house. Shut up, nigga. You're
No, you guys did not come. He did not. You guys did not come and visit that man. This is not the time for the place. It wasn't. This is not. It don't matter. It don't matter. Get away from me. Get away. No, because you think it's okay to get my kids in the car. My kids in the car. My black kid is in the car. He tried to kill me in front of my kids. He tried to kill me in front of my kids. He tried to kill me in front.
Yarbrough showed up.
If I would have died, would he be a bad guy then? For 3 years I lived here, and none of you guys knocked on that man's door to see if he was okay. Not at all. He played loud music every day to cope with his mindset.
Yarbrough says she's the woman who initially called police stating Tekle was shooting into her apartment with her 2 kids inside Wednesday night. Pictures of bullet holes from inside her apartment capturing the damage.
And sorry he lost his life, but he has 6 hours to choose that. I had 2 to 5 minutes to choose life or death.
Yarbrough says she had a few run-ins with Tekle and thought their differences were settled.
When someone is stalking you, threatening you, I left it alone. I could have called the police and reported it, but then I would have put a black innocent man in jail because of mental illness, and ain't no telling what would have happened. So I left it alone.
But you will have people on the left, on the right, on the up, the down, the dick, the testicles, the pussy, the vagina. All these things will speak to you in a clear and concise manner. They won't be pouring milk anywhere. They won't try to burn down a bathroom to get you to care. They won't sit down and say representation here is not enough. And if you don't support me, you're obviously a homophobic weirdo. There are going to be people who will sit down and talk with you. These idiots will not do it. They will want you to listen to them, but they will never take the time to listen to you. And for this piece of shit right here, I wish the absolute worst. I hope you get life in prison, and I hope you suffer, because taking somebody's life over political opinions is one of the dumbest ways you could operate in life. You don't sound cool, you don't sound smart, you don't make your political side look like anyone who's coherent in speech. It makes people look at you like a batshit insane human being, because that's what you are, a batshit insane human being who took somebody's life because they said something you didn't agree with. They said something you didn't like. They have a political opinion that you don't agree with. So you think, all right, while I'm drunk, let me get in my car and run them over, because that's the appropriate thing to do. No, never, not in this life. But because you got people who don't want to talk about this, and for some reason it's not a national story, and when I mean national, I mean it's not broadcasted all over social media, it's not a trending topic. I don't see people like Joy Reid talking about it. I don't see people like Tiffany, whatever her name is, talking about it. I don't see Don Lemon talking about it. I don't see these people who will let you know that these white MAGA Republicans are 100% always gonna be the bad guy, which in some cases they are, because they got a bunch of weirdos on that side too, but there's just as many weirdos on the other side as well. It's funny how you want to jump through hoops to try to let me know that one side is the problem, when in reality all sides have these stupid people in them. And if you're not willing to admit that, you're welcoming more scrutiny because you don't want to address it. I don't care how much you claim you're unbiased, you don't want to address it because it's not your narrative. And I'm sorry to disappoint you, but a dude taking somebody's life over political opinions, whether if it's a Republican doing it to a liberal, or a liberal doing it to a conservative, or whatever these buzzwords are, doing it to each other, it's dumb and it shouldn't happen. And anyone advocating for it is absolutely stupid. Everybody should see this and say, absolutely not. But because we got people who will play self-defense, because we got people who will try to mirror it in some karma, because we got people who really don't care if you're somebody who thinks differently from yourself, you're going to wish them harm. You stupid people concede and condone all this, which creates the problem. So for this bastard, I only have one piece of advice for you. Don't drop the soap, because Big Tyrone likes white chocolate. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.